Hi, I'm Jess, and this is my night sky story. On July 30th, 2011, this guy that I'd only been on one date with invited me to be his date to not one, but 3 weddings in one day. And we'll skip ahead to the 3rd wedding when it was already dark and it was in the middle of nowhere at a vineyard, and you had to kind of walk around this pond to get to the reception. But we found a rowboat. We were like, oh, we have to take this rowboat to the reception. And I swear to God, it was like a scene out of a Nicholas Sparks novel. It was so romantic, and because we were in the middle of nowhere, the stars were the brightest that either of us had ever seen. But the story does not stop there. When it was time to go back home and leave the reception, we were like, we have to row back. That was so amazing. But this time, somehow, might have been some kissing involved, we capsized the boat. We literally went overboard into the water with our nice fancy clothes on, and to top it off, we had phones and keys in our pockets. So when it was time to, when we got back to shore, we couldn't start the car because it was one of those laser activated keys. And we had no choice but to spend the night in the car in the middle of nowhere. But when I woke up the next morning, I found that he had gone and grabbed a sheet from a hay bale for the ceremony and wrapped me up in it to keep me warm. And even though the day ended in total disaster, we've been together ever since. And then 5 years later, we returned to the scene of the crime and took engagement photos. And a year and a half ago, we tied the knot. So that's our night sky story, which I've titled The Rowboat. And if you're wondering why my husband's not here doing this with me, it's because last year I surprised him with this night sky, but this year I thought it would be really cool if I could surprise him with the ultimate night sky, the Northern Lights. So thanks for listening.